Hello, and I'm Inchuga, and welcome back to Orange Studios. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to do photo manipulation in Photoshop, and this is how it's going to look like. Alright, so now let's jump in. So first thing first, let's drop in our first image, and that's going to be the road. So let's drop it in here. Okay, so now that we have the street dropped in here, or the road dropped in here, we want to first of all try to duplicate this and then try and do some covering up of this side of the image, because we will not need it in the manipulation we are going to do. To do that, I'm going to do a free selection using the lasso tool. Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste, and then I'm going to drag it over this area. Let's try to adjust it to suit. Ctrl T to bring out the selection. Press and hold on the control button and then drag the anchor points to kind of align the things. Now let's add some warping to it so that it looks natural. Don't worry about the perfection. You don't necessarily need to have a perfect selection. All you need is to cover up for this yellow markings on the street and you're good to go. Now we need to convert this to a smart object so that we can edit some effects we'll be applying on it later. Convert them to a smart object. Now let's drop in the second image. Let's take it above this layer. Link these two layers. So let's link it. You do that by selecting the two. So select one, press and hold on Control and select the other layer. Right click and then select link layers, so that if I'm supposed to move just one, I move both. That's the purpose of linking the layers. Now then let's bring this back on. Let's reduce the opacity so that we know where we are actually placing it. Select this layer and reduce the opacity so we know where exactly we are placing it in the photo. I think this is okay. Let's zoom out and then enlarge the image. Okay, so now that we've enlarged it to how we want it, let's bring it back on. Now let's do a quick selection of this image. You can go ahead and use the pen tool if you want to do a perfect selection of this image, but for the sake of the tutorial and how we want to keep it simple and short, we want to just use the quick selection tool and then just do a quick selection on the image. We don't necessarily need a perfect selection. All we need is that we have the image selected. Okay, so now that we have this selection done, we'll go ahead and apply a layer mask to the picture. Let's zoom out. Now let's activate the brush tool, shortcut B, or you come over here and select this. Let's set the hardness to 0 and the opacity, let's set it to 50, and then start restoring some parts of the image we've erased. Let's make sure we change the foreground color to white so that we do restoration. Now you can quickly paint over some part of the image you want restored, just a little, and then quickly duplicate this layer. So we can do that by Ctrl J, or move over here, right click and select duplicate layer. Now let's name this original, since we are going to edit the other one. So we are now going to set the blend mode for this to hard light. Come over here, select it to hard light. Let's even change the image here, rename it and call it hard light, so we can easily differentiate between the two. Now what we now want to do is to restore further away. Okay, so now that we have this done, we want to reduce the opacity of this to say, let's say 60, okay, 50, 60, 65. This is okay. Good. Now let's group these two layers. So the next thing we are going to do is to apply layer adjustment to this folder. To do that, we come over here, click, want to apply hue and saturation, and we want to make sure the effect is applied only on the lady here and the water. So to do that, just click on this icon here so that it click marks the layer effect on this group only. Now I want to move over to master, select cyan, make sure we reduce the saturation to -100. Let's go over to the blues and see. So we are making sure that we take a blue color in the water, going off. So already, as you can notice, now it looks like we have the effect, or we have the water blending perfectly into the street or the road. So that's the essence of taking out the blues and the cyans. Now the next thing we are going to do is to drop in the other images. So to do that, let's just move over here. We wanted to create the effect of the sharks, so drop them here, reduce the size of this layer and apply a layer mask to it. So select this layer, apply a layer mask, hit B to bring out the brush tool, close brackets to increase the brush size, and then let's clean out this part of the image. We will not need this. We just want to create a shark illusion, so let's just clean the sides. Now you want to duplicate this as many as you want and just have it spread across. So now we want to apply two effects to the road layer. First being applying a gradient overlay so that we can have some fill. The second being a Gaussian blur. Gaussian blur should give us a depth of fill. So now let's apply this effect. First of all, double click on the side, apply gradient overlay. Make sure you're selected from foreground black to white. Okay. Let's set the opacity to, let's say 30 or 40, and the rest is okay. The angle should be set to like 180, and that will be fine. Now the second effect we want to apply to this is a Gaussian blur. Now, move over to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and apply the effect. Okay, now so we want to restore the sharpness in the sides of the street so that it looks natural, it looks real. The focus is on this side of the image, and then it gets out of focus when it moves further away from the object of focus. So select on this, select this layer mask and B to bring out the brush tool, open bracket to increase the brush size as you want, and then make sure your foreground is set to black because we want to restore it. Now let's increase the opacity of the brush and then restore. One more thing, you want to now apply Gaussian blurs to these two sharks or dolphins so that they also get out of focus. Now let's select them. and apply Gaussian blurs to it. I think 3.1 will be okay. Let's apply same to this one, which is even further. So Gaussian blur, maybe 3.5 for this one because it's a little further away from the other one. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is to try and throw some sunlight on the image. To do that, we want to create a new layer, activate the brush tool, make sure your color is set to somewhere around orange, warm or as warm as you want, depending on the image you are using. Increase the brush size and the opacity of the brush, and then apply. Now let's set the blend mode for this layer to screen. Good. Now let's enlarge it so it covers a huge part of the photo. Now at this point, we want to apply some color correction so that it affects the entire image and makes it one, so that it blends in a perfect way. To do that, let's first zoom in, and then once again come over here. Now I want to go for selective color. Want to now focus on editing two colors, neutrals and black. So now with the neutrals, want to set the cyan to say -10 or -7. Let's try -7 and see. And then the yellows will be like 5. And now let's move on to the blacks. The blacks, we want to just adjust this to say -3. Adjust the yellows to -3. And that's it. So with this, you can have a uniform effect applied on all the layers. If you feel your sun is too bright, you can adjust this layer as you want, but I want it this way. I feel the sun is bright enough and it's a sunny day, and we are cooling off in a scary pool. Okay guys, so this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. I hope it was helpful. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share this video with as many people as possible, and have a good time. Bye bye.